Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these people going off road when they should have been turning. Well, now he's in
Can go wrong on the road.
he's in a ditch.
Watch
Okay,
clubs,
not
you
good. So
safe.
what we're gonna be doing right here is remaining calm, ensure our own safety. We don't fall down in there. Also, we're pretty, safe from the traffic. And we got to stop any major bleeds. Doesn't look like there's any major bleeds. Looks like he's walking pretty well. He's got full gear, so that's pretty good. So if you're a brand new motorcycle rider, this is kind of what we go over. So if you're nervous about, crashing, you're nervous about like making mistakes, or what happens if I do crash, that's what we talk about here as a part of the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. So if you want to check it out, there's a digital version, physical version, and there's a system with cones. So if you want to get the complete kit, you only need 10 cones or 5 tennis balls cut in half to do any of the drills I have in my book. So it'll get you from zero to actually getting your motorcycle operator skills test if you do it right. In terms of like knowing what to do
Hey everyone.
and then taking the test, I'll actually walk you through the exercises. All right, so here we go. So these people are having some fun. They're riding around. I use my motorcycle GPS just like that. Well, I have it vertical, but I use Rockform and I use Google Maps, so I know when the turns are coming up. So there's a good tip right there. Also, having a Cardo Pack Talk Edge, go with your buddies. You guys can talk to each other and say, hey, Johnny just crashed again. Now he's gonna have to get a lighter pink bike. So we're going 130 kilometers an hour. That is roughly 80 miles per hour. So that was a little bit too fast for the rider that did crash. This is a very easy turn. So this is not even like a bad turn at all. So when we talk about how to prevent a lot of crashes, it really is about locating hazardous situations. How are you going to locate hazardous situations? You have to pay attention. You just have to pay attention. So more than likely, he was not paying attention. Very easy turn. So it's one thing to be like, I have all the skill in the world. I'm the best motorcycle rider in the world. But if I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing, I'm going to make a mistake. And so the best thing you can do as a new rider, because you're paying attention, because you're nervous about all these things, that's why you're watching this video, you're like, oh, now I know what to look for. I'm going to pay attention, and now I know what to look for. And that's what we're trying to do here with the plan method. We'll go more over that. It's a way of thinking and way of riding. So yeah, he crashed. And part of the system that I teach is the whole thing. So we're going to learn how to rescue somebody after a crash. Okay, so we remain calm, ensure no safety, stop major bleeds. That's part of the book. And you get the card too. The digital version also, if you just get the digital version, you get a digital version to put on your phone. And then on the back side is like, let's check for any head injury, spinal cord, or maybe any shock symptoms. Let's go to the next one. So we can see other mistakes maybe in town. I haven't seen this video yet. You might see a side of the vehicle. Might see an open lane pattern. We're lane splitting right now. So we have massive issues. There's the side of the vehicle that we did not see in time. So why are we blurring out, okay, why were we blurring out the whole thing? You know what I mean? Let's go back just a little bit. I like to pick apart some of these things. Let's go ahead and blur out what it really says. Let's take a look at the other flow of traffic. So if it was really, I was gonna say, if it's really green for us, my big assumption here, it's an assumption, is that it was a leading left turn arrow. Because you kind of see how this one has a little bit more than this one. So maybe there's like an extra light that has the arrow on it, up there. So it was probably a leading left turn arrow. It's a big mob ride. These people were turning left when it was a green arrow. They wanted to go. It's a green arrow, but everyone decided to keep going. You know what I mean? And now we can't move. And it's like, I find a gap. I'm going to go. I think it's clear to go. There's just too much chaos. It is what it is. They start going, and there's the impact. And I say that because it is red right up there. So it is red right up there. So it must have been, if it's green for them, and that why are they in there turning left? It might have been a leading left turn arrow. Okay, cool. Now we understand why the car might have done that. We can blame the car for hitting us. Perfect. Go ahead and do whatever you want. Don't take any personal responsibility. We can move on, right? Well, let's go ahead and take some personal responsibility, because at the end of the day, the mission is to get home. So it doesn't matter if you're in a group ride. This applies to anything and everything you do in life, especially motorcycles. It is your responsibility to go when it's safe to go. Your responsibility is safe to go, or to go when it's safe to go. So it's green, sure, you might have the right of way. You might have it, but you're not going to like the bill that it's going to come due when it comes to a damaged motorcycle. You're not going to like the bill that comes due when it comes to fixing your leg because you just smashed it into the side of the vehicle right there. Cool. So that if we understand that, what can we do when it comes to planning our ride? Let's locate this hazardous situation. Let's assess it. Okay, this car's coming out. I don't like it. It's now an active threat. I must swerve harder. I must swerve harder. He did not swerve very hard at all. Just kind of like try to switch the lane. Okay, so we got hit. Great. Now if we go back and we do plan. Okay, look at that guy. We can do plan. Are we the active threat? Are we taking responsibility for our safety by being a part of this group? Probably not. So the foundation of what we're doing here is already unsafe. The foundation of what we're doing here is unsafe. So anything you do that is safe is only going to maybe negate things when you can come from a foundation of trying to make it home and the mission of being safe. Then anything you do that is going to make it to where you're more safe is going to get you out of close calls, going to get you out of crashes. Right now, we're just trying to prevent crashes because we're in a high-risk environment. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Is like there's no personal responsibility. Let's go ahead and put that thing up there and blur out what the actual thing is. So we're not taking personal responsibility. I know everyone's going to be blaming the car driver here. And now we have a guy that's down. So that's what I'm trying to get is the personal responsibility, learning how to ride, riding safe. Perfect. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're this guy or not. If I see that you crashed, I'm still going to rescue you. It is what it is. If anything, it's practice for me. I'm going to rescue you. So that's why I built the system is to learn how to ride, do some smart rider drills to get really good with your motorcycle, and then learn how to rescue before, during, after. That's the whole point of the system, and that's the whole point of what we're talking about here. All right. So same thing here. What I did wrong here? That's a weird way to ask that. Let's take a look. So maybe going a little too fast, we can't see the speedo, but he was able to keep it up. Got a weird cable kind of hanging down. Let's take a look. So right there, that's a sharp, you see the chevron. So we just navigated out of a sharp turn. That's what the chevron is right above my head. So we have another sharp turn, and it's obvious it's a sharp turn just by the way it looks. But then you have the chevrons right there, okay. We have to set the stage for everything. We're increasing our speed, increase our speed. Now we start to slow down. You see his foot. Yeah. So we speed up right there. So what happened? He leaned a little far, didn't have good foot placement on the motorcycle. One thing they teach you in Total Control Advanced Riding Clinic, instead of putting your feet straight down on the pegs, you actually kind of turn them in and you kind of like, you turn them out and you're sitting on your toes, keeping your feet as close as possible to the motorcycle so you don't have your foot actually clipping the ground when you're leaning it. So this was a foot placement issue. It's a fine motor skill for wanting to do a gross motor skill of going fast in the corner. So gross motor skills, multiple skills kind of coming together. Multiple fine motor skills coming together to create a gross motor skill. So you do have to be very particular in certain areas of your body and how you maneuver the bike to do this incredible thing of going fast in a corner, right? So a little foot placement, maybe a little hand placement, maybe a little bit of body placement, maybe a little bit of trail braking. All those are fine motor skills that will apply to a gross motor skill. And that's why I don't like teaching these types of things to brand new riders because there's so many little fine motor skills that you have to learn first. The friction zone is a fine motor skill. So you're going to have to learn a lot of fine motor skills and make those are ingredients for a recipe. And so right here, yeah, the foot. That's a lot to talk about when it comes to the foot placement. But I hope it makes sense, man. The whole thing that we're talking about is motorcycle riding and training. And you can apply that to anything else. It's fine motor skill, gross motor skill. And we have some other stuff coming up ahead. I would check the bike at that point. All right, passing on the right. Side of the vehicle. So we just talked about that when it came to the group ride and, going when it's safe to go and just because you have the right of way and all these other things, right? So that was a different scenario with the group ride. This is also a different scenario. So you see how the same foundational principles of plan can apply to that one and this one and this one and this one and this one. So we're coming up to here, locating hazardous situation, corners, intersections, where most people crash and die. Simple as that. Failure to negotiate a corner, and then a collision like this, an intersection. So if I know that for a fact, then I'm going to plan a lot of stuff I do around intersections and corners. So I'm locating this hazard situation. Okay, now I need to start assessing irrelevant threats. What's a common thing that happens in intersections that causes motorcycle riders to die? We just saw 2 crashes. It's a left turner. So if I'm going into an intersection, I'm going to be very cautious going into that intersection, even if it's green, because I'm looking for that left turner. And if I have a line of sight problem like I do right here, I'm going to creep into the intersection. If I'm traveling, there's no cars in front of me, and I could see way ahead of me and I see a left turner, I'm going to be cautious looking for an escape path, just in case. So right, he can't see, now we see. So this is the moment of perception, moment of reaction, and the moment we start doing something. We can do 3 things: mercy swerve, mercy brake, mercy accelerate. So in this situation, can't swerve left, can't swerve right. Accelerating might be a problem. We're already trying to accelerate, so it's not really going to do much. So this is where emergency progressive braking really kicks in. So that's why not speeding into an intersection is important, because if you're speeding, then it's going to be a lot harder and it's going to take a lot further in distance to actually stop in time. So going at an appropriate speed that you can stop in, right? So here we go. Come up to here. There's left turner. We can't do anything. We're going to try to apply the brakes, and we hit it. So it all comes down to your mindset before the incident, not just, hey, here's the incident, here's what happened, they're at fault, therefore I don't take responsibility. It's like, no, there's a lot of things you could be doing differently to get yourself out of a situation that's like this. So 124, I really want that to be kilometers an hour, but it's still like close to 80. Close to 80. Oh, now we're 145. That's almost 90. 90 miles an hour. 90 miles an hour, and perfect example of outrunning your headlights. People like to say, hey, you can't outrun the speed of light. It's like, well, physics nowadays, quantum physics and everything. I mean, quantum entanglement, a few other things. We can get into that. But when it comes to outrunning your headlights, what that means is, can you see that the turn is coming up right here? Can you see it? No. We're going 120, so we're going 75 miles per hour. Can you stop or make a quick adjustment within this amount of light? So this is the furthest you can go. That's the furthest you can see. Let's go ahead and do this. That's the furthest you can see that there is something. So you have from here to make any adjustments. Braking, swerving, acceleration. That's all you have. You can only do something as far as you can see. And I get it, blind people do it all the time. They don't see anything and they still do quite a bit. But we're riding motorcycles here and traveling at 120 kilometers an hour. That's 75 miles an hour. So that's what I mean by outrunning your headlight. Because if you are hoping you have all this room up ahead to make an emergency maneuver at the speed you're doing, you are riding on hope. That might even be a song, but you're riding on hope and it's not going to work. So now, oh, there's the turn and we have a speed bump. Oh crap, now it even messed us up even more. So now there's a turn. We have to make this turn at 75 miles an hour. Came out of nowhere, right? Yeah. Couldn't navigate it. So we outran our headlight, and that is a natural nighttime hazard. So when it comes to locating hazardous situations, it's night. It's night. And so now, am I the active threat by speeding? Let's take a look. Yeah, wheelie time. Wheelie time. We're gonna do that. Hit the bike. Oh, we had to lay her down. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that right there. So there's the impact. Right above my head. I'm assuming that's his clutch, because I know some people have like a clutch and a rear brake on the left hand and a front brake on the right hand, but there's the grab of the front brake. As soon as we smash it hard, the front end starts to, I think we might have even tapped his tire. Nope. I don't think we did. Oh, look at the shadow too. He's not even on the bike all the way. So this is just a straight up big problem and dump the bike. So a thought I had here for a while. Like I said, when I go take the Smart Rider motorcycle training system out to you guys at the post office, I do a nice 3-mile round trip walk with a big backpack. full of stuff, and it gives me time to journal. It gives me time to think, and this is going to be probably something I might even cut out, but it gives me time to think. And one thing I was thinking is a lot of stunt riders. I've noticed there's some been podcasts and some justifications for stunt riding, and the thing that keeps coming back up when I hear why it's okay for people to stunt ride like this, the thing is, I have full control of the motorcycle. That's what I hear. I hear I have full control of the motorcycle. Okay. So when I hear that, it tells me I have full control of my motorcycle while I'm doing a wheelie. So I have full control of this wheelie. Okay, perfectly fine. I've seen a lot of crashes though. I mean, it is what it is. You just dump the bike because you can't control the motorcycle in a wheelie. But let's just give it to you that you have full control of the motorcycle while it's doing a wheelie. You need, based on this video and tons of videos I have, you need to have full runway. You need it to be clear. You need it to where somebody doesn't come out. You need it to be where somebody is not there. You need to have full open access to everything around you so that when you are in full control of your motorcycle, you have full control in going straight on the motorcycle. Okay. So I give you that you have full control, but you don't have full control of operating the motorcycle safely so that you do not crash into anything else that's external. So if a car comes out, a kid runs out, a motorcycle right here just happens to go slower than you wanted, anything, everything, that's when you lose control, because to me, full control of a motorcycle is being able to swerve, being able to accelerate, and being able to brake the moment you perceive it, and then you react, and quickly. So yeah, you might have full control of the motorcycle where you can bring it back down, and then now you can apply the brakes. So it's not really being efficient, and you also need everyone else to give you that room. So to me, when I see stunting like this, I see entitlement. I see somebody that says, I need everyone else to stay where they are or move out of my way so I can do the thing I want to do. And I'm justified in doing that because I have full control of this motorcycle. That's what it sounds to me. And that to me does not say anything about having control, because you can't control a car. You can't control your friend over there slowing you down. You can't control everything. So you're not in full control. You do not have full control of your motorcycle, because if you did, you would have been able to swerve out of the way. You would have been able to escape. You would have been able to brake in time. You don't have full control. That's what it means to me. And I would love to get into a debate sometime when it comes to this. So somebody, if you have a podcast and you do stunting, I would love to be able to talk about this. Because right here, I have full control. Same goes for speeding. Same goes for speeding. Just like this. I have full control of the motorcycle when I'm going fast, but I also need everyone else to get out of my way. Yeah, very painful. Same thing, exactly what I'm talking about right there. Same thing. Okay, real quick, just take a look. Let's go back to my example. I have full control of the motorcycle. I just need everyone else to get out of the way, and I need to have control of it. I need everyone else to be cooperative in my environment. Okay, so didn't have full control of the motorcycle, did this, okay? And then now we're going to hear some placating and maybe whatever. Just, they're going to be like, oh, well, things happen. It's like, well, then you didn't have full control. If your justification for doing this is that you have full control and this happens, that means you did not have full control. Simple as that. Because then you're telling me that you had full control and you chose to crash. That's full control. So we get up to here, we crash. Now take a look at everybody else. Nobody else is stunting at the time. Do they have full control to move out of the way? You're part of the environment. Do they have full control? See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. I didn't want to get into a lecture, but I hope that makes sense. And at this point, I hope somebody can rescue Because at the end of the day, I can disagree, but I don't want people to be injured. So I will do what I can.
You all right, buddy? You need help up? What happened? Come on, buddy, get up.
Oh, as soon as you say what happened, if you are a patient like that, you definitely have a concussion and you're still rebooting. That is a TBI. He needs to go to the hospital because at the end of the day, it could just be a nice little brain bruise, which, you know, when you do the coup contra coup, your brain slides up inside your skull and the cerebral spinal fluid. A bruise is still internal bleeding. You get a bruise on your arm. That's your capillary bed getting broken. It's bleeding out and then it finally heals. So if you have a capillary bleed on your brain, you're still having a bleed on your brain, but we don't know if it's a venous or an arterial bleed. So that's why you need to go to the hospital just in case, and you had to double check because you don't want to have. He needs to go to the hospital. So this whole idea right here. This dude is recovering from a traumatic brain injury, a TBI. He has a concussion, and we're going to put him on the back of the bike so that we can get out of here. So now we're going to put ourselves in another dangerous situation. What if he goes unconscious on the back of that bike and just falls off while you're trying to speed away? You know what I mean? Now we have bigger issues. Now, why are we in this point? Is because the mission of what we're doing here is we know it's illegal. We know what we're doing is reckless riding. We know. So the mission is to not get caught. So that's where my mission with stunt riding and stuff like this, or their mission of stunt riding and doing stuff like this in the mob rides goes against the mission that I have here. Their mission is, hey, we're going to do all this crazy fun stuff for whatever reasons they want. And the end goal is to not get caught. So I'm over here saying, I want to make it home and I want to be as safe as possible, instill a systems thinking way of riding a motorcycle and to get home safely. So my thing is about the rider not dying. So right here, that's where we collide, because if I was here, I would say, no, don't get on the motorcycle. We need to take him to the hospital. And they would say, no, we need to get him out of here because he's going to go to jail. So who is really looking out for the person? Who's really looking out for this rider then? So think to yourself, if you want to be a part of this motorcycle culture right here of stunt riding and doing all this stuff, do your brothers and sisters in this culture really care about you? Or do they care about getting in trouble?
The driver behind was absolutely convinced the light had turned green, and unfortunately the rider took the hit.
Yeah, got a nice little impact. Okay, let's go and stand up, take a look at things. It turned red. That person was probably looking at the other car. They went like, oh, it's time to go. Some people look at cars. Oh, she's having a tough. It is what it is. Don't let up on it though. It's like, give me your insurance. Some people ride and drive with other vehicles. So this car driver, this woman, is probably driving and looking at other vehicles. They went, I go. Versus thinking for themselves and be like, hey, it's a red light. They went, I shouldn't go. Same thing when it comes to group riding of, I'm going to ride as fast as the person in front of me. They went, I went, I'm doing what they're doing. And that can get you in trouble. That can get you into a crash in the corner.
Успокойтесь, все хорошо.
All right, here we go. The music already tells me everything I need to know. There it is. Hey, found it. He tried. He tried to do an escape, but we're over here, constant chaos. Person turns right. It is what it is. He avoided the first collision. And now it's like, okay, cool, I did that. Now we have to make a choice to swerve left to stay on the road or swerve right to make that sidewalk and not hit the curb. So he tried. He tried. It is what it is. He escaped one, couldn't escape the other. And this is why I tell you guys, whenever you swerve around something, don't look back and yell at the person that cut you off or whatever. Look forward, because there might be a new thing you need to swerve around or do something when it comes to navigating your own, these threats that pop up. This one just so happens to be like, there's not much you could have done in that situation for the second threat. He did great on the first one, not this one. So when it comes to like, oh no, I made a mistake, whatever, now I'm down on the ground, we would hope we would have full gear. So being a smart rider, these are the principles I speak about. So we're always going to wear gear. So cruising around. Yeah. Oh, going a little too fast in the corner. Brake, brake, brake. You hear the ABS kick in. I consider that a success in terms of navigating the emergency situation. Now the thing we can learn is like, he even said it, too fast, too fast, too fast. Hey, maybe let's not go as fast in the corner. It's a little bit too hard for you. So I'd rather him make this simple mistake and hopefully no leverage on that leg breaks it. I hope he makes this simple mistake easy. Right there, Cardo talking to each other and using GPS. I mean, that's what I do. Rockform and Cardo, link in descriptions for discounts.
Oh, I'm sure our wheeling's done after that.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Yeah, check your body. There you go. Hey, he's got good. His ankles are probably fine because those boots, pretty nice. Passing on the right. Oh, what the heck? I never had a reason in my life to open a car door while I'm in traffic. I don't understand. I only see this in European stuff. Right in the comments if. And so I don't get it. I don't get it.
This
All right, his bag's getting torn up.
Your bags are properly
I used to do this with my Sportster and put, well, shoot, oh, not that. Whoa. He turned into Ghost Rider. His bag is gone. So that's an interesting case for kind of talking a little bit about fire. So when we talk about fire, it's like, why did that combust all the way? It's like instantly. So why did it do that? Anybody here have a little bit of fire science education? Anybody have any of that? So where's the ignition right there? I'm assuming that might be where his exhaust is. So either way, what happens is that you get to a lower flammable limit and things combust through pyrolysis. So the wood itself isn't burning. The wood is off-gassing when it heats up. And then that gas is what ignites. So maybe hot brakes. Okay, so maybe brakes. We could think about brakes. There you go. So what's happening is that there's enough of that material on the LS2. I'm assuming that's a helmet bag that he's using as some type of thing to carry stuff. Enough of that fabric. It's probably a hydrocarbon, so it's probably some kind of polyester or something. Enough of that's been shaved off through friction on that tire, and it's creating gases, and it's probably getting trapped in there somehow. And now we're getting to overheated brakes or hot brakes. And so that heat touches that gas that finally just kind of gets to it. And there's a perfect mixture of it. And as soon as that heat touches that and it hits that lower flammable limit, it ignites. And then as soon as that ignites, all the gases around it, now it's like chain reaction, ignites. And that's what it looks like. And then once that happens, now we're into like a flashover. And so everything that is that same material in that vicinity of that fire will immediately ignite. So that's why that LS2 bag just disappears and everything just goes nuts. Now think of it for firefighters in a house is that everything in the room ignites immediately in a flashover, and that includes the firefighter. So it's very deadly. And we were trained on that. All right, Kurt 9, here we go. Just hanging out, chilling. What's up ahead? We're gonna accelerate. There we go. Yep, oh, speed wobble. Something to point out here. Oh, please keep it up. That's what she said. All right, something to point out here is that look at the road. So the road's fine, right? Where's the speed wobble start? And what does that look like? So crossing a bridge, accelerating very fast. Yeah, accelerating very fast in a little bit of a lean, a little bit of a turn, but it's accelerating really hard. So the front end's starting to lift up just a little bit. You know, suspension is keeping the tire on the ground. It's doing what it's doing. But it's not having as much weight on there, and it gets kicked pretty hard. because we went over a bridge, and usually these are not the same level. There's like a little bump, typically. They can't keep it perfect, you know, for whatever reason. There's usually like a little bump, especially when you're concrete and asphalt, right? So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us multiple things. Don't speed up like going crazy, you know, and trying that, especially before going over a bridge. If you see a bridge, be prepared for any type of little bump where they join. Just watch out. And so if you accelerate super hard and you're in the middle of a lean, when you get to the bridge and there's that bump, this could happen. We're watching it. It happened here. So it could happen. So how do we mitigate some of that stuff? We see a bridge coming up. We try to go over it as straight as possible. We're not accelerating super hard. We're just maintaining our speed. We go over the bump. We get off the bridge. And then there it is. There it is. Done. Always raise my butt up a smidge. Yeah, do that too. That helps with that little bump at the end. Got very lucky. Nice little slow speed. Oh! I was about to say, nice little slow speed turn. We do 24 of these turns. 24 drills, set up 10 cones. There it is. That's exactly the problem that I see a lot of new riders have. Nice, easy turn. Our brand new hobby, it's like, I'm going to buy the best. Okay, well, get some training too. Go to the parking lot. Don't just go straight to the road. So we're going to do this. And we lean look how far we're leaning the bike. We're leaning the bike pretty far. We're going to start losing a little bit of traction the more we lean it. So it's kind of a good idea to do it as straight as possible. And look, we're going to the far lane. Let's take a look. Okay, so we should be able to do a tight turn from a stop from this position into the same lane that car is in. But we need to have all of it at this lean angle. That just tells me it's a brand new rider. Okay, friction zone, throttle control, head and eye movement, counterweight, turn the handlebars. Simple as that, very easy. You get it going instead of accelerating, trying to make a wide arc, 3 lanes to make a simple turn. You could do it in the first available lane if you do it correctly. And that's what I try to teach you guys in the book system, Smart Rider Training System. You get all of it. You get all of it. Everything and at least he's got some engine guards. That's good. That's good. That's important. Is that such a new bike that we still have the plastic on the seat? But you see the engine guards? That just protected so much. Highly recommend if you're a brand new rider, get engine guards. All right, here we go. And we're gonna do a little bumpity bump. Oh, backing up. I hate that. Oh, that's all you can do in that situation. I don't like honking the horn. I don't any of that, but that's all you could do. That's all you could do. And but to get yourself out of that position, it's like, oh crap, they're doing this, they're stopping. I would try my best to be off to the sides. This is just a bad spot. You know, this is a bad situation, it is what it is. But I would try my best to always park off to the sides. Couldn't really anticipate him stopping. We thought we were going. I get that, but that's the best you could do is honk the horn in that situation. Oh. If that is like UPS or something, I'm not only getting another motorcycle, I'm going to get myself a house. Here comes the civil suit. So, first off, we can talk about fault again. The rider is not at fault. I don't believe the rider's at fault. We're going 30. No. It looks like we're going 20. We're going 20. We're probably doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? We're doing 20, one hand off, not a big deal. We don't anticipate this. It is what it is. The driver of the van turned left in front of us, okay? So they failed. It's their fault. Fine. Like I said, I hope it's UPS or some type of corporate FedEx and I get a nice little payday. I bet you the USPS and the government there won't even do anything. But payday, right? Perfect. I want to be able to live with that payday. I don't want to die. So I'm going to do my best. It's like if I chose, hey, get hit by the van and die or get a payday. Well, I'd rather not die. You know, if it means I don't get hit, then sure, fine, there we are. But he did a good job with the swerve as best he can. So this is a much better, buy another Pacifica. This is a much better crash than a head-on. So he turned a head-on into this. He did not target fixate. He target fixated on the solution, which was a swerve. I'm just going to swerve. Oh, crap, there's the grill. There's the grill. Instead of looking at the grill and going straight to it, he's like, I need to go left. I need to go left. I need to go left. So he did as best he could. And he's walking. That's good.
After a series of mistakes,
150.
on the road.
I'm going to say 93 miles per hour.
Panic and managed to walk away from this one.
Oh, we have to use all the lanes. Oh, no. The music. What the heck? Interesting choice, Luigi, CBR 954RR. All right, so what happened here? So we're going 140, 150 kilometers an hour. 150 kilometers an hour is 93 miles per hour. So we're going to make this turn. Thankfully, we have both lanes. No cars are coming, right? No cars are coming. So it's like, I'm going to make this turn. Yeah. Oh, crap. I went wide. If this was a left-handed turn, because it was a right-handed turn, so on this, it's all, left-handed, so you don't have an extra lane if you're doing a left-handed turn. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? Because you're in the right lane. So if you make a left-handed turn, all you have is the extra, is the guardrail. So if this was a left-handed turn, he would have hit the guardrail already. Done. Hit the guardrail, and if there's no guardrail, he's off the side of the mountain or off the side of the road. Done. There. That's what that line is. It's done. So since it was a right-handed turn, hey, we had an extra lane. Stop thinking that way. If you need two lanes to make right and left-handed turns at these speeds, you're not going to have that extra room on the left-handed turns. So now you're just training yourself to fail at some point. So now we have a left-handed turn. So he did this super wide thing. He looks back, swerves back into his lane, but he swerved a little bit too far. So this guy does not have control over his motorcycle. This isn't a new rider. This is a guy that has an ego of I can go fast and make these turns, but doesn't have the skill attached to it. So it's ego, not confidence. And then we go off. Thankfully, nothing bad happened. It could have been a lot worse. We're out in the mountains. We went off the side that way, went off the side this way. All right, here we go. Oh, low-sided. And see, that's what I mean right there. We have a car coming. All right, same thing, wheelies. Hey, we're doing wheelies. I have full control of the motorcycle. Full control. Okay, here we go. Passing on the right. Not very smart. Yeah, he got hit by a car. Let's take a look at that. So we're passing on the right.
Oh my God, he got hit by a car.
How did we not see the car? I'm trying to look for the green light. There's already cars coming. Oh, he didn't get hit by a car. He hit a car. He hit a car.
Oh my God, he got hit by a car.
Yeah. I think we all know what not to do there. All right, here we go. Oh, we have a dust up. We have a car that lost traction and spun out. So once again, you can go ahead and rescue them. But imagine seeing that coming around the corner fast. So got very lucky there. All right, set in the eyes of anybody else coming this way. Oh, found the escape. Hey. That works. Now, why did we do that? We went super wide. We went super wide because we want to share the lane with all the parked cars. Okay, I can see why they did what they did. You can still kind of be in the lane. You want to be in that first lane to turn the right. It is what it is. But also, that's the car. That's the car. They could have done something different, blah, blah, blah. And that's where people usually stop. Oh, the car could have done something different. Now let's go ahead and take a look at us. And I always put myself in the shoes of the motorcycle rider, and I speak to myself like I am the motorcycle rider, and I want you guys to think that way. If you don't, you don't, but that's what I teach here. So now we're in the motorcycle rider. We already just said, hey, the car, man, you could have done something different. Cool. What can I do differently myself, though? What can I do? Yeah, they could do that. That would have solved the problem. But if they did this again, what can I do? I'm setting boundaries. Wear gloves for starters, wear full gear, smart rider principles, right? So acquire and use personal protective equipment. I'll try that. Boom, right there. Now, what could I do differently here? Maybe don't pass on the right. Maybe be a little more patient and just kind of sit here for like a second or two or three. Oh, there's intersections coming up. So right here, what else could I do different? Maybe apply the brakes. Now we finally apply the brakes. So maybe I should be covering the brakes back there. I don't know. It's the whole thing. We're trying to figure it out. The simple fact that I'm asking all these questions is the first step to make sure that you start having personal responsibility. First step is just to start asking yourself questions. What could I have done better? And if you come up with nothing, fine. Take some more time. But you need to at least say, there's something I could be doing differently. Because if you stay stuck on they should be doing something differently, you're never going to improve.
All
right, here we go. 145 out of 100 kilometers. I just missed it, but it was 87 miles per hour. Let's take a look. So, I mean, we're going with the flow of traffic, and they cut us off. That was a D-bag move. Let's take a look. Once again, apply it. What could they have done differently? Not swerved in front of me, not cut me off, not hit me. Okay, perfect, great. We went over that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Everyone already says that. Now let's go to the thing that nobody ever says. What could I have done differently? Take a look at where we are positioned when it comes to position for safety. This is a framework to think. What could I have done? And it's an open lane pattern. You see the red car up ahead. That guy didn't want to be behind the red car too. So you see that ahead too. But just from this frame, gosh, you're thinking ahead. From this frame, what could we have done differently for when it comes to positioning for safety? We could just stay out of the blind spots of people. I tell you guys, ride staggered with cars, just like you're in a group ride. Ride staggered. Because if somebody switches over in a group ride, they don't hit you. Same thing with cars. They swerve over, they don't hit you. If you're side by side in a group ride or you're kind of not fully staggered and they swerve over, they can hit you. So ride staggered with other cars. So as soon as you see that person coming out towards you, apply those brakes as quickly and progressively as possible. Here we go. We're going to pass on the right.
I'm throwing shit. Hey, you dropped it. Thank you.
Oh, nice throw back. He made it right in there. Maybe I tossed it in the car, then after I threw it, and definitely threw it in the car. So technically, they threw it at me 3 times.
People, I was trying to give it back to them. They threw it right back at me.
Okay, hold on. Stop.
Oh, and then they're coming back.
Talking about? Stop. You threw it. I didn't throw it in your car.
Oh, I love it. Come on, cop. Come on, cops.
You threw it at the kid.
Now it's a disorderly conduct.
And you threw it right back at me.
Love it.
Drinking and driving. I threw it in the car. You threw it at kids. I gave it back to you. I didn't throw it in the car.
You did. You did.
Thank you.
All right.
But
See you guys.
Okay. All right, man.
Sorry.
I don't know what to do. What's a fist bump? Oh, brand new. Well, not brand new rider. That's a new rider mistake that even experienced riders can make, right? So
I'm not trying.
We get up to here. We apply the brakes with the front end turned to the left. We already knew we needed to put our feet down, but that suspension dropped and it just messed everything up. We couldn't catch it all. It's a lot of weight. We weren't ready to put our foot down and actually stop it. So good slow speed maneuvers, even just kind of like going back and forth, slow speed, friction zone, throttle control, just balancing the bike is really important. Once again, we do that here in the Smart Rider drills. That's part of the system. But that's a new rider mistake even experienced riders can make. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and speed. was trying to pause it right on this. Once it gets to that point, the speed goes nuts because the rear tire isn't working. But we're in 6th Gar. What is he listening to, by the way? Write in the comments. I don't know that album, and I don't plan on listening to it, but it's interesting. So right here, we're going higher than the flow of traffic. So you notice how the car, and I get it, some cars drive slow in the rain, but it doesn't change the fact that we're going higher than the flow of traffic. Doesn't mean they're going the speed limit. We're just going higher than the flow. So if we're going fast, specifically faster than the flow of traffic, we're going to have other issues. Okay, so if we're going fast, we're going to have road surface hazards with the rain. So if it just rained, that means the water is going to get underneath the oil. It's going to lift it up, and it's going to start going to the sides. Okay, that's usually in the first 30 minutes. So be careful in the first 30 minutes of a rain when that happens. Also, there's a lot of rain, and this is concrete. It's a little different than asphalt. Concrete, water just stays on top and just gets very slippery. Very slippery. So be very careful with that. And speeding, if you hit anything, how are you going to tell if there's oil? How are you going to tell if there's gravel? How are you going to tell there's any road surface hazards if the water kind of just fills everything in and makes it all look uniform like this? You can't. Now you have light refracting. It's nighttime. We have multiple issues. It says cops. It says, I love cops. So he blurs out his Speedo anyways. Multiple issues. So what can we learn from this? Let's just take it easy in the rain. Take it easy. Just do the speed limit or a little bit under. There's no point in rushing and speeding when there's this many different factors, because they also have visibility problems. So you're gonna have water you don't have windshield wipers on your face shield. So it's gonna be a little bit harder. Everything's gonna be refracting and all this other stuff. Woo! And it's 2:15. So is it 2:15 a.m.? What are we doing? Coming home from the bars? What are we doing? And as soon as I lose control of my motorcycle, my first instinct is to not take my hands off the motorcycle to lose control of the motorcycle. He probably crapped his pants. All right, here we go. We have side of the bicycle. Yoink. That's very painful. The best thing you could possibly do is try to keep the bike upright and then rescue that person for being an idiot. Yeah, damage to the bike, it is what it is. I'm concerned about people. Oh, tire screeching. Oh, as soon as you hear that and see that, you witnessed it, you're the first on scene. Let's get some reps in. Let's get some practice. Hey, I see that you have a tiny cut on your leg. Let's put a tourniquet on and practice my tourniquets. No, don't do that. There's a way to do it. I go over it. I have a video on Motorcycle Training Concepts, YouTube, but the main thing is it does come in the rescue booklet on how to do it. It's a fun comic book on how to do it. And there's a video series at the back that's QR code linked when I worked with Prep Medic on that. So if you guys know Prep Medic, he did a great job going over all that stuff. But I'm making new videos about it. So it's on the Motorcycle Training Concepts channel. Time to remain calm. So that person's doing it. Remaining calm. Ensure on safety. Nice little U-turn. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Yep. Remain calm. Ensure on safety. Let's not get hit by another vehicle. Oh, my Lanta. Okay. Is he drunk? Are you gonna try to steal her phone? My car didn't stop. Well, that's what happens when you don't hit the brakes. So the simple fact that she says this. Okay, cool. Hey, she's using her words, right? She's using her words. That means her airway's open. Her brain is kind of working for as much as it can. You know, car didn't stop. It's kind of weird. But brain's working a little bit. Airway's open. She's on the ground, though. That's a little weird. I'd still be concerned about any type of cervical spine or spinal issue. So it's like, you're just going to stay there. Can I check your body, like your legs and your arms, for any bleeding? Because I have a tourniquet just in case I need to, okay? And then she's like, no. It's like, all right, I'm not touching you. If she says yes, okay, cool. That's called consent. Okay, informed consent. We call 911 right away. All right, here we go. Yoink. Super close. Oh. Car. Teslas. It's Teslas nowadays. a little much.
Oh! What the?
I don't know if it's pain induced or
We don't have boy company off.
I don't know if it's pain induced or just anger induced. Anyways, oh, we smoking. Those kids on that bus are vaping it. They're hotboxing that bus. It's soon to be the short bus because they're all gonna become retarded. Let's see what happens here. Hotboxing it. No, it's what? Yeah, there's a mechanical issue. Yeah, it's all move away. Don't get upset by getting cut off. It's like I would be moving away too. Let's all stay away from the bus that's smoking. So the thing here was that he got cut off. Okay. So we're coming up. Oh, what does this look like, everybody? What does this look like? What does this look like? This is a very simple pattern that we need to start locating right here. So I haven't seen the video. I'm going to take a wild guess. Sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong when I'm riding my motorcycle, driving my car. You know, if they come out, they come out. They don't, they don't. But I'm prepared. So that's the whole idea here. So we see this image, and I see everybody in the chat, open lane pattern. So somebody in that stack of cars might want to go into the lane I'm currently in because it is nice and open, right? So if I see that from right here, I think I should be a little cautious entering this little trap area. And so it looks like we are speeding a little bit because we have our speedo blurred. Why else would we be doing that? So that's the idea. So let's see what happens. Does somebody pull out in front of us in this video? I think that's it. We learned. Good job. There it is. Nice little tidy up of a lesson at the very end. So thank you guys for being here. Grab a slice of pizza. And thank you for the chats. Thank you for listening. Grab the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. And I will see you on the next live stream. All right, everybody. We have a Moto Stars video. Let's take a look at this one. Nice little group ride.
It's definitely important to learn.
Oh, dear.
So
Oh, that could shatter your femur. I don't see any deformities. Oh, there goes one rider down. So it's time to rescue. Technically, we have two patients. He looks like he's in pain. He looks like he's in pain. So we have two patients. We have us, the camera guy, and then that guy back there. So what we talk about here, so thank you for joining, is that we go over motorcycle crashes and close calls. We try to figure out what happened, how it happened. We go the plan method, and we base everything off of basically the information that I have created after watching thousands and thousands and thousands of these crashes on the books that I have here. So if you want to check that out, links in the description. There's a link in the description for all the sponsors, link in the description for 5 free U-turn drills too, if you want to try that out. So perfect. So we're going to rescue. Okay, this is part of the system. You get a nice little card also. Rescue, remain calm, sure on safety. That's a big thing. So everyone needs to remain calm, not hit the guy, and make sure that we actually pull off on the side of the road, and we need to check for any major bleeds, okay? And like I said, there's two patients. We have one right here, possible bruised or broken femur. That's a big impact. That's not good. But we're going to be going over other things, not just rescue. That's part of the system, but like this. We're going through corners. We're in a low side. Yep, there it is. So typical stuff that we see all the time in these crashes and close calls. Why did we low side here? Okay, first and foremost, there it is. Low side is just a loss of traction on one or both tires, either front or rear, doesn't really matter. And we just fall inside. High side, we get flipped over. That's the other side, okay? We get flown high, basically. We get thrown low. I don't know if that's the exact term, but anyways, we're going through here. So what happened? So typically, we go a little too fast for the corner. I can't see where his right hand is. And we panic just a tiny bit. It looks like he did reach for the front brake. You see the wrist kind of change up a little bit. So either way, loss of traction. So we can have loss of traction by leaning really hard and applying a ton of brakes, especially front or rear, doesn't really matter. And it's going to lock up the tire, lose traction. We can hit gravel on the road, we can lose traction. We can hit the paint on the line right there. It's usually a little bit slippier than the asphalt, lose traction. Water, lose traction. Oil, lose traction. So it's basically a loss of traction. we get ourselves in this position where we're leaning really hard to navigate this corner. We're going 80 kilometers an hour. That's about 50 miles an hour. Should be a pretty easy corner to do. But we're leaning the bike pretty hard. And typically when it comes to a new rider, 50 miles per hour might be too fast. Too fast for your skill level. And that's an easy way of losing traction because we're going to lean the bike farther. So if you have more skill, you could take it at higher speeds. Doesn't mean you should, because you have multiple factors involved. So there you go. I diagnosed this as best I can with the information I do have, and then we have the injuries possibly. That's why we rescue. So the goal is to be able to give you information to prevent the crash and what to do after the crash. We got to mute that. It's a great song, but we're not going to play it. So what happened here? So we're getting up. There we go. And now we're here. So it's an open lane pattern. It's a little bit harder to see, but we're speeding through to do a lane split. Open lane is a pattern that we talk about all the time. Basically, there's going to be an open lane or a lane that's moving faster than the other lane. And this guy's like, I don't want to be stuck in this slow lane, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over. And we're traveling right here. Boom. That's where we collide. So that's a pattern that we watch out for. Try not to speed into lane filtering. We're going 28. It's not even really speeding. But if it's a lane filter thing in Arizona, you can only go 10. And there's a reason. So you can stop in time, hopefully, for something like this. So if we crash, hopefully we're in gear. No, we're not. So, we got a nice Apple logoed, thing. But if we're wearing gear and trying to be smart riders, that's what we should be doing. And if we have any injuries, we can rescue ourselves. Oh, not paying attention. So same thing. I have it on mute, but same thing. Oh, I love the music. Probably copyrighted also, so we're going to do that. So he's going to go ahead and do this, and we're getting up to here. So we're looking right, not paying attention. We're traveling at speed. The person in front of us is not traveling at speed. This is just a failure to pay attention. And that's what it is. So what can we learn from that? Pay attention when you're riding. It's very simple. Beautiful view. Love it. Just chilling, cruising.
Exact corner plenty of times before, but the momentary lapse in focus, some loose gravel, and the blinding sun meant he just didn't make it this time.
Okay, so we're just doing a lot of factors here. Yeah, there's the crash. So I want to point out something here, right at the beginning.
The rider admitted he had taken this exact corner plenty of times before, but the
So he's taken this corner plenty of times before, but
momentary lapse in focus, some loose
momentary lapse in focus, that's internal. Okay, great. We got some personal responsibility here.
gravel and the blinding sun meant he just
Loose gravel and blinding sun, that's external. We have no control over that. So when it comes to, I've taken this corner so many times and I have a lapse in judgment. That's called complacency. That's called complacency. And complacency kills. You could take the same corner 1,000 times, and then for the next 1,000, I'm not going to pay attention because nothing's ever happened. That's complacency. So you take these corners, you do it all the time. It does not mean you stop paying attention.
just didn't make it this time.
Yeah. Just failure to negotiate, went a little too fast for the corner because we weren't paying attention. We didn't slow down before the corner. We were just not paying attention, just maintained our speed through it like we were in a straightaway, and that's why we went wide. That's what happens to a lot of people. All right, what do we got here? Oh, were we on the wrong side of the road, or what was the deal? Oh, no. Anyways, nice little love tap. Hit the camera probably. And we got their license plate. All right. Batman rides. Got hit by a car. Where did that car come from? There's no car here. So I know he looks back because maybe something's there. And it came out the other side. Batman, you were not prepared. I don't think you're Batman. That sucks. Car driver's fault. I get it. What could we have done? Honestly, not much other than wear gear just in case. Oh. All right.
Up on the very last second, the rider thought the driver actually saw him. Instead, the driver
Okay, good. We have another view.
him and aggressively cut him off, forcing his ride away.
Oh, left turner. Yeah.
forcing his right
So
of
it's
way.
green for us. I'm assuming that big L looking light thing on the left will showcase an arrow. I'm assuming. So I don't see any arrow on our side. So that means there's no arrow for their side. So they're just kind of going through it. All right. Real quick, if you have a chin bar like that, this is a modular helmet. Please put it down when you're riding. It's not going to do anything for your chin if it's up. Kind of defeats the purpose. So now you're just wearing a 3/4 helmet with something pulling wind like a sail. So put it down. So when it comes to, let's go and take a look at how he's, okay, so there's that. So when it comes to locating hazardous situations like intersections, always have to watch out for these people and be prepared. So when we're coming up to the intersection like this, we should be not rolling off the throttle tremendously, but just like, I'm getting ready. I'm covering the brakes. If there's a left turner just sitting there, I'm prepped. If he starts turning out, I'm prepped. You need to start being prepped for that.
Ignored him and aggressively cut him off, forcing his right of way.
Plenty of time to apply the brakes. Honking the horn didn't do anything. So apply the brakes, swerve, or emergency accelerate out. Only 3 things we can do. High impact to that left hand and leg. Oh, side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle. Yoink. What were we doing, though? We're kind of going fast through this area for what it was. And are we even in the road? We're not really in. Somebody write a comment, because in the United States, like, this isn't considered a lane. It's considered parking spaces. So we're traveling through parking spaces. In different countries, different rules. I get it. But then there's the left turner that pops out, because maybe they weren't anticipating anybody coming from a parking lane. It's a bus lane. I know in some places in the bus lane you can ride. But we're coming up to an intersection. We should be a little bit more cautious when it comes to that. Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay. So we're gonna lane split. Can't really get mad at the car driver for switching lanes. Thankfully, he's pretty nice about it. This is one of those hazards. Now, should he be turning left? It looks like he's trying to turn left from the right lane. No, but it's the same concept of switching lanes. So we're coming up to here, and if somebody decides to switch a lane because it's clear for them to do so, and you're over here lane filtering or lane splitting, that's a big hazard. So all you have to do in this situation is, or all you can do, is apply good progressive braking. Yeah, both parties share blame, but at the end of the day, who's going to lose? So you really kind of have to not necessarily appease other car drivers. You have to understand your position on the road and where you land. Because you're not going to win. All right, here we go.
This right here is a perfect reminder.
Ooh, I don't like
Always
being in
stay
this
out of
spot.
blind
Yeah,
spots,
I don't like being in this
especially when you're
spot.
dealing with a heavy truck.
Don't like this spot. Apply the brakes. Ah, he was doing so well until he hit the curb. So he was doing great with the brakes, but the point is to not hit the curb. So we try to get as close as possible and apply the brakes as good as possible and get away from the curb and not hit the curb. So he did everything he possibly could. The only failure point is hitting the curb. So he did great everywhere else. Obviously, don't get yourself in that position, but did great with the braking. Love it, but can't listen to it. We're going to have a side of the vehicle or side of the pedestrian. What an idiot. What an idiot. What an idiot. Thankfully, we didn't fall down. That would have been bad. The guy getting hit, yeah. Consequences. But us falling down because some idiot, I'm glad he didn't. And so now we have this. Now we have a stunter. I have full control. Here we go. Let's take a look. Let's see how much control he has. Speeds past the guy wheeling. Didn't we see? Did we see this one? Is this a different view? It is a different view. Oh, interesting. That's the same one. So we just did, we're on the live stream here. We're in class. We're having some nice pizzas. We're enjoying ourselves. And so right now what we have here is, somebody doing a wheelie and the video, we already did the video. He's doing a wheelie. He lands it. He gets close to the guy, slams the brakes. Okay. Yeah. So he never really had full control. All right, what do we got here? Somebody low siding going, oh, what do we got? What do we got? What's up with all the copyrighted music? Here we go. Let's go back just a little bit. All right, so we're going pretty fast, maybe trying to keep up with our buddies. Could have had a mix of a group ride right here when it comes to the Porsche and the other rider. We are going 82 miles per hour around a nice easy corner. It looks like it's kind of industrial. We have a 7-Eleven probably right there. So it's not like we're in the mountains. You know, we're with multiple lines of traffic, probably California. And hit the side pretty bad. So once again, speeding. Not a good idea. Here we go. Somebody pulled out. That was an open lane pattern. We didn't do much. Oh, that could have been a lot worse. That was an open lane pattern. Right here, so somebody, it's on the very bottom. It's gonna be hard to see, you guys. I'm sorry. But very bottom, this person is getting into the open lane because he doesn't want to be stuck behind all these other cars. So when we see that pattern, we gotta be very careful. We could have applied the brakes, swerved a little bit better. Could have done something. Oh, port of entry. Here we go. Lane splitting, doesn't like it. It looks like New Mexico plates. Oh. That was kind of mean. All right, here we go. So we got copyrighted music, so we're just not going to listen to it. So he's going to be going through these corners pretty heavy. Okay, pretty fast, pretty nice. Okay, oh crap, somebody turns out in front of us. Good job with applying the brakes. So high skill, very good. High skill. You need high skill for these fast canyon carving things, and thankfully he's got full gear. So high skill of, hey, I'm going to speed, but I know how to brake fast too. I know how to do really good braking even though I'm speeding. Does not, for me, it's good to have the ability to do things, but don't utilize it unless you need to. So I don't like the idea of like I can brake really well, I can do all these things really well, so therefore I'm going to do them all the time because I can. There's a lot of things I can do and I just choose not to do because it's just not going to be safe for certain people. It means like I can run around and go to a park and start punching kids if I feel like it because I can. I'm not saying I will. I'm not gonna, but I'm just saying I can. It's like I'll definitely win those fights. I'll take on 8 toddlers. I think around 10 it's going to get a little bit hard. And then maybe their parents might jump in. Then we're having issues. And then there's also consequences, right? So it's like I can do it. I can speed. I can brake hard. I can punch, 9 to 10 toddlers maybe if I want to. Does it mean we should? I know that's kind of a false equivalent. Yeah, but still, it's like just because you can doesn't mean you should. It's good to have the ability. You always have that in your back pocket. All right, here we go. Open lane pattern. There's a big open gap right there. That's scary. A big open gap right here. Oh, nice little impact. If it's not safe to lane split, don't lane split. You're not gonna be able to make it, don't do it.
I want to check just to make sure. Is that okay?
Very nice. He's not.
Did I crack the mirror or anything?
Yeah, the mirror, but that ain't nothing. It bent right back.
Okay.
It's got that breakaway thing there for a reason.
Yeah.
Hey, good, chill people.
Screw the bike. I'm the one who hit you, so.
Glad you didn't go down, man.
All right, man. Well,
Good if you're good.
all right, man. Well, yeah, sorry about that again.
Perfect. 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 Rider made the mistake, took personal responsibility, didn't just speed off and like, oh, I don't want to get caught. Actually just, hey, would you be okay with that? Hey, I want to make sure your stuff is good. This guy's like, hey, I'm just glad you didn't get hurt. We're all good. We're all good. And he's got the sweetest mustache, man. Look at that thing. It's a little flavor saver right there.
All right, man. Well,
Good if you're good.
all right, man. Well, yeah, sorry about that again.
So here we go. Oh, 162. It's going 100 miles an hour. So we're going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, sorry about that again.
So this person decides to switch lanes, the car, right? Decides to switch lanes because they don't want to be stuck behind the other car. And it's a nice open lane. It is what it is. We're all going with the flow of traffic. Might as well just get in a different lane than where I have a good view in front of me. Well, oh crap. There's a motorcycle rider going 100 miles an hour that just caught up to me. Well, like, I didn't see you. So we're going to get mad? Well, once again, what I told you in the last video, hey, don't look back and don't get pissed off. You might have hazards in front of you. And right now, the hazard in front of us is just the simple fact that we're going 100 miles an hour and we don't have full control of the motorcycle anymore. And now if we get any vibrations in the handlebars because of the suspension or we hit a bump or whatever, we don't have full control. And then this happens. I'm pretty sure he crashed there. So, did you really, was going 100 miles an hour to get you to where you want to go faster, really got you there faster? Not really, because now you're on the side of the road. Hopefully alive. Here we go, slow throttle motorcycle. Nice little chill group ride, talking to each other on your cardo, saying, hey, we're turning right. Oh, new rider. Everyone's just chilling. See, these kinds of crashes, I'm just like, ah, damn, that sucks. It is what it is. There's a lesson here to be learned, you know, just a failure of a skill, right? Not a big deal. We're gonna take a look at it. You know, that's part of the system right here. If you want to learn how to just do it right, boom, shortcuts you through it all. I don't mess around with it. Only things you need to know, you know, before, during, and after. Perfect, right there, done. When it comes to other people's speed, it's like, now there's a mental problem. And I don't say you're mentally dumb or anything. It's like, no, there's like a frame of mind problem, a worldview problem that says that you can speed, you want to speed, ego gets involved, and it doesn't matter what your skills are. So if you can limit a lot of these things, and it's like, oh, it's just a skill problem, not a ego problem, well, you're trainable. You can learn. You can learn. So right here, we made a nice, easy, slow speed, right-handed turn fail. I'm assuming this person might have, hey, I need to stop to see if everyone gets to this turn, all this other stuff. That's why you can talk to each other in your cardos. But it's like, I need to stop. They pull over, they stopped, and they turned the handlebars too hard to the right, applied the brakes, and it fell forward. So it's a simple, when you stop, keep your handlebars straight. Stop, and then you can like lean to the side to put your foot down. If you stop with your handlebars like this, you're going to fall that way, fall that way. It's just the way the bike's ergonomics is going to be doing it to you. So it's simple, not a big deal. Dump the bike. The problem is when you do something like that, there is a possibility of getting your leg caught, especially on a curb or something, and the bike falls on top of it and snaps your tib fib because the leverage of the curb. Think of like a fulcrum, right? With the crowbar. So that could be a problem. Maybe you fall all the way and hit your head on the road or like a rock and you have like a minor concussion, which would be like a headache, right? That's the backside of the card right there, head injury symptom. So there is some, but it's not going to be as crazy as these speeding videos. And we're all here to help each other. So I like that. Remain calm, your own safety. All right, here we go. Moving on. Oh, we have a vehicle blocking our way. Let's see if we get mad. Oh. Side of the pedestrian. That can cause some damage to somebody. Let's go ahead and check on her. All right, move on. Wheelie time. And there it is. Don't hit the mailbox. What's that laugh? Sorry. All right. So when I say stunting, remember? Oh, I have full control. Oh, when you have full control, great. You know, you say, I don't think you have full control because you can't swerve right away. You can't brake right away. You can't, emergency accelerate right away if you have one wheel up in the air. You have to first get it down and then do the thing. So I don't think you really have full control when it comes to emergency situations. I don't think you have full control when it comes to obstacle avoidance. I think you have full control of the fact that you made the idea of, I'm going to go ahead and do a wheelie. Okay, cool. You need to be able to account for a person coming out, a car switching lanes, a car stopping in front of you. That's why you need to do these emergency maneuvers. So when I see somebody here practicing on a street with no traffic and having a good time, when there's a runoff to the left, a runoff to the right, and you got a buddy filming all these different things, you now have accounted for those external factors that you don't have control over. So to practice in an environment like this and have your fun and do whatever you want to do, and you're not going to cause a crash, you're not going to cause any issue. Well, he caused his own crash, but you're not going to cause a crash with another vehicle or pedestrian. Perfectly fine. I don't care. I don't care. Have your fun. Have your fun. Do what you want to do. It is what it is. Same thing with slow speed maneuvers in a parking lot. You don't do these slow speed maneuvers when there's traffic in the parking, like a Walmart parking lot, or you do it in the middle of the road when there's a bunch of traffic. You do it. You learn how to do it in case you have to do a U-turn in the road, but do it in a parking lot. Same thing with track, high speed maneuvers. We're doing it on a track. We're doing wheelies here in an area where there's nothing around us. So if you want to do it, do it. But there's a safe way to do the things. Whoa. And if you're gonna fall on the ground. He's got crash guards. He's having his fun. Car almost hit me. Yeah. What's up, Tremoto? People are asking about the Tremoto kit, by the way. All right, car almost hit me. He just cut the corner. The thing here. Car almost hits me. It's very much like I'm a victim. Just flip it. Just flip it. Car cut his corner short. The car cut the corner short. Not car almost hits me. Car cut the corner short. So now we can apply, if the car cut the corner short, what could we do if we're ever in a parking lot again and we're about to be in the same situation again? What happens if a car cuts this corner short? What could we do in case somebody does that? Versus the car almost hits me, and it's like, well, that means people are out to get me, and I can't control when other people are out to get me. Please go to my GoFundMe. I need new fairings, and I want a 360 camera. You know, one's very victim-minded. Another one is very, what can we learn? A growth mindset. This is how people talk to themselves. This is how, and then they get friends that say, yeah, that car almost hit you. Yeah, he wanted to. It's like, people need to get this type of thinking out of their head. They really do. They really do. And he just, yeah. He just swerved into the other lane. You notice how the camera angle, we did a nice wide turn. So you want to complain that the car cut the corner short. You took a nice wide turn. You took a nice wide turn. Took you forever to get back in your lane. Look at, now we're back in our lane. All right.
Achei que ele ia pegar aqui, cara. Oxi. Ô, esse cara tá chapando, já. Ô, louco, tio. Cara é louco, mano. Ô, louco.
The car took the corner wide. Why are we stopped in the middle of the road?
Achei que ele ia pegar aqui, cara.
Why are we stopped in the middle of the road? That dude was not taking the corner wide. I think he was turning. It was green for him, it was red for us. We just kind of stopped. He was turning. We were in the middle of the road. Look, take a look. So it's a red light. Our buddy takes off. We think we want to do it. We stop. Maybe we stalled, whatever it is.
Ele ia pegar aqui.
We're in the middle of the road. Looks like the car had a green light to go that way. Maybe. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe the car was trying to go through there and he's like, oh crap, there's a guy. Turned. We're in the middle of the road.
Esse cara tá chapando, viado.
So he's saying he's confused because the partner got the wrong road. Okay.
Ô, louco.
That makes sense.
Vi, meu feirão, não vi.
Ô, louco.
That makes sense.
Perdão, mano, perdão.
It's one thing to get confused and then just stay in the road. So when we talk about rescue and ensuring your own safety, we're not ensuring our own safety. We're not in a position for safety when we're just sitting in the middle of the road. Right? So you have to kind of think a little bit. So that guy got lucky that somebody saw him last second. Here we go. Oh, somebody crashed coming around the other corner. Okay, let's go and remain calm, ensure our own safety. He's walking, talking, doing fine. All right. I have a seizure here. Okay, cool. Driver tries to hit. Driver tries to hit biker. Let's see if the driver actually tried to do that. And I get it. Sometimes we get road rage videos, so it could be the case. But let's see. It looks like yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Driver tries to hit biker. I agree with that. What can we do differently next time? Us, personal responsibility, if somebody's acting like an idiot like this. Should we have taken his mirror like it said? No. We stay away from him. Stay away from the idiots. Gosh, it's like one of the simplest things in the world is you try to stay away from idiots. And here's the thing. There is a ton of idiots out there. A ton of them. So you're constantly dodging and weaving a bunch of idiots. And if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, there's not that many idiots out there, you're probably the idiot. All right, here we go. Sharp left turn coming up ahead. We have a vehicle right there, side of the vehicle. Nice little roll off the throttle, not a big deal. Couldn't see us because of line of sight. We're gonna move on. Oh, all sad. So sad. What's up? This music. All right, here we go. Yeah, everyone's done that. We're under. Oh, what are you doing? We're underneath the tunnel. We're gonna rev bomb. Perfect. But if you notice, like this is kind of how our eyes see it too. Our eyes just so the camera. Let's go back a little bit. All right, so our eyes, just like the lens of the camera, the aperture and all that stuff, the focal, everything, are adjusted to the outside lighting. Okay, so we can't see exactly what's happening inside the tunnel. Once we get in the tunnel, the camera adjusts, our eyes adjust, but also now look, we can't see outside the tunnel very well. So that to me, I don't know if I'm alone on this, because this also applies to in the mountains. It also applies with like overhanging canopies of trees and it's blocking some shade and there's no shade, no shade. It makes it hard to see road surface hazards. It makes it hard to see other things, right? Am I the only one? So when I see this and I feel this and I'm like, this situation, could there be something that I do not see because my vision is obscured by my pupils and whatnot? So I'm going to be cautious. I'm not saying this guy did anything wrong. I just wanted to point out as a great example of how your eyes will work a little bit in these situations. So as soon as he sees that, he switches to a new lane position. So that's perfectly fine. He did great. He located, assessed, and navigated the active threat, put himself in a new position for safety. Perfect. Love it. Did a great job. So when I see that, it might have been a collision. So I would actually, kind of pause and see if they stay in the vehicle or moving. And it's like, maybe there's a medical emergency. Sometimes the old people do this and it's like, oh, they're old, they shouldn't be on the road. It's like, okay, I can agree on some points of that, but he could be having a heart attack or a diabetic episode. Can't just attribute, it's like this guy's a shitty driver because he's an old person. It's like, no, he actually might be having a medical issue. That's why he's on the side of the wrong road. And it's like, let's go ahead and double check him and then let the cops take his license or whatever. All right, what does he listen to? Write in the comments if you understand that album. There's going to be another open lane pattern right there. They don't want to be stuck behind the truck, so they move out of our lane. So we're going to go ahead and slightly move over. But stay side by side. Okay, so we need to either accelerate out or let him in. Simple as that. What's the album? Write in the comments. All right. It is what it is. California, love it. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and get an off-ramp. This is a good opportunity to... Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Kind of let him in. Now it's scary. So now at this point, perfect. You handled it, right? You handled it. You did not fight. You applied the brakes, let them in. You don't like it because we're in the flow traffic and everyone's speeding. It's at night. Oh, crap. Scary, scary, scary. One of three things we can do. This is the perfect example of one of the three things that I would definitely do right now. We can actually do two of them. But here's one that you probably would choose first. First one, we can't. First one's emergency braking. Second one is emergency acceleration. Third one is emergency swerving. We do not want to do emergency braking. We already did it. We got ourselves out of the situation. So now if we brake right now, we're just standing in the traffic of highway, highway traffic. So we need to do emergency acceleration. We need to go through the gears and get up to speed, boom, 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 as quick as possible. Emergency acceleration. Second thing that we could do is an emergency swerve and get off the highway and then accelerate to get, some speed to get on the off-ramp and then just take the next entrance. So those are the two things we can really do. Braking's not going to help here. Now we need to do emergency acceleration. Even using the shoulder as much as possible. All right, rain riding, so hazards with vision. You see how the camera's like that? It's a face shield also. Any side of the vehicle is popping out. There we go. Good job with progressive braking. Handled it even in the rain. We're moving on. Laughing about it. Love it. Good job, man. Good job.
Awareness. Awareness.
I don't even know if this music is copyright. I'm not going to talk about this one. I don't know if the music is copyright. At the end of the day, I don't like it. Okay. Oh. First mistake, officer. Or first mistake is I let my wife drive. Good job on the swerve. Good job on the swerve. Handled it. I'd be so pissed at her. I'd be like, what are you doing? Pull over. I'm driving. Sir, honey, you've had 10 drinks. That's like, still safer. No, don't do that. Don't drive drunk, guys. All right, here we go. All right, everyone's... just because you can doesn't mean you should. Good job with the brakes. All right. Nice chill ride. A little bit close for my comfort, but there we go. New position. Love it. See how you can see? Perfect. I want to point that out. Right now, I was like, I don't like this position. That's the thought I have in my head. But if I have to be in this position because the car's behind me, I don't see any in the mirror. But if a car is kind of blocking me in, it's like, okay, fine. You're going to block me in. I'm going to move off to the side so that I can see around. So right now, look at the view. We're right behind the vehicle. We can't see very well, right? I don't like it. It gives me the ick. It gives me the, ugh. I don't like it. And then now, it's not as bad. I can see. So if that car in front of this car slams the brakes, I know the car in front of me is going to slam the brakes, so I can react off the car in front. Also, I have an escape path straight ahead. You know what I mean? It's a good job positioning. He did it to change lanes, double swerve. It is what it is. He did it to pass. I mean, okay. Oh, riding on the shoulder. Not the smartest.
A few moments later.
Oh no. Oh, time to rescue. Somebody's down. Remain calm. Look back. Make sure no traffic's coming at you. Make sure I have my camera so that I can take it with me to the crash scene. So I can record the crash scene. First instinct is I must record it. Instead of first instinct, I must help out. You know what I mean? That was kind of motivation there is a little off for me. Anyways, it is what it is. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, grab a slice of pizza, and check out the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. I'll see you guys later. What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. We're going to be going over some crashes and close calls, and this way we can understand what happened, how it happened. So if you're a brand new rider, let's pay attention. Once again, we're going to be going over the plan method. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because we do this every week as a live stream, and we're going to be using all the information from the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. So we got a big system. Links in the description for that. Same thing with sponsors. 5 free drills also linked. But let's take a look.
It looks as if the BMW driver
We're trying to prevent crashes for you by watching other people have crashes, so we know what to do and what not to do. Okay. So let's not fight for the lane. So a big thing here, let's just not fight for the lane. We're not going to win. It's the law of gross tonnage. Think of like me fighting a sumo wrestler. Who's going to win? You know, he's going to win. And then doing this kind of stuff, getting angry, getting pissed off.
You'll lose your mirror.
We're putting ourselves in a high-risk environment, possibly getting hit. Guy's on his phone, it doesn't really matter, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who's at fault. The whole point of this is to make it home so you can get back to your family, make it home so you can get back to your vocation like work that you love. Now we have a curb right here. What are we going to do, right? So the whole point is to make it home. So doing things like this will make it less likely that you'll make it home, okay? So we're going to go ahead and skip this part because this is kind of dumb. Oh, that did not look good. Here we go, everybody. So this is an older video, so we're going to see some road rage. They typically did that back in the day. But this one's not. So take a look. Oof. A little close. A little close. Right in front of a cop. Or undercover. Nice arms, bro. So we're getting up to here. So he's going to make a left-handed turn. Not a big deal, right? He's going to cut through everything. Not a big deal, not a big deal, not a big deal, not a big deal. But when you're in this position, we're pretending we're the guy with the half helmet. Don't wear a half helmet. Wear full face. These guys are at least wearing full faces. Wear full gear. These guys aren't. Okay, no, that guy's definitely not on the Harley. So right here, at this point, you have a line of sight issue. You see there's an open lane right there on the other side of that Chevy, right? There's an open lane. You don't know if traffic's coming. You don't know. You can't see. You just can't see. So you're making an assumption that, hey, I'm good to go. Everyone's just going to let me go. I don't trust that. So if you're a brand new rider, don't trust that. So we're getting up to here. So what we should be doing, just like I use this analogy all the time. Let's get on this side. Is that I'm coming through a haunted house, right? And there's a corner right here, right? I'm like, I'm a wuss, okay? I usually push people in front of me so they get scared. So I'm like, ha, and then I know that somebody's there. So I'm doing this. Nothing around the corner. Okay, then now I go. Okay, nothing around the. Okay, now I go. It's like, what's in this room? Okay, maybe I should not go in that. Okay, then I go. I don't just run through it. That's one way of doing things. That's one way of doing things, especially with a haunted house. I creep in. I creep it. I try to scare them, right, in the haunted house. All right, so that's kind of the same concept here. We're getting into here, and it's like, what's around the corner? Clear to go? Okay, go. Not, I'm just going to go. Because in motorcycle riding, especially in this situation, just going means you could possibly get T-boned and lose a leg or your life. That's what this means. Haunted houses, you just get a little scared and you crap your pants a little bit. Just a little bit. Just to make it smell a little bit and get embarrassed and have to run home or drive home, whatever. You kind of like sit up a little bit so it doesn't squish into your seat. Don't ask me how I know this. But that's the thing here. So when I see this, it's like, oh crap. So what he did right though, because he did fail that part. So he failed it right here. What he did right here is we only have 3 things we can do. 3 things we can do. Emergency swerve, emergency brake, emergency accelerate in an emergency situation. So if he emergency brakes, boom, he gets T-bone. Emergency swerves to the right, now we're swerving towards the car. Swerve left, hey, that kind of works a little bit, right? But we have to get out of it. So emergency accelerate. It's like, oh crap, accelerate. Just like somebody in the haunted house comes at you, he's like, oh crap, and you start running, right? Chainsaw guy, right? You try to run. Same thing here. So he tried his best to accelerate. It wasn't very good, but still, and thankfully that car stopped. Usually Nissan Altimas don't stop. If there's a curb, they're hitting it. If there's a pedestrian, they're hitting it. Just saying, Nissan Altimas, Sentras, they don't care who you are. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Nice little tidbit of information there. All right, what do we got? Intersections, hazardous areas. We're gonna go ahead and lane split in these hazardous areas. Not very smart. It's at dusk, so a lot of people can't see very well. Are they talking to each other on their cardos? Link in the description for a discount. Oh.
Idiot. Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Switch lanes. That's what I just said. It's at dusk. Couldn't see well. They had their blinker on the whole time.
It's good to try different.
Blinker, 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 blinker. Should they have done that? No, but they probably wanted, there's that overpass right there. So it's probably an on-ramp to go right. That's probably what they're trying to do. That's what I try to say. Is just let them in. Let them in. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Be a cooperative driver, not a combative driver. So be cooperative. Let them in. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. If I was in my van and not my motorcycle, I'd just let them in. It's like, all right, whatever.
Idiot. Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? You're an idiot. You're dumb. Why are you driving these cars?
Come on, I got you on video.
I got you on video.
She's like really looking at us like,
Yeah, like, yeah, we're so wrong.
my face.
Yeah, I got a camera. Okay, here we go. We're really close to this vehicle. Don't like it. We're gonna pass on double yellow. You do what you do, but we have a turn coming up. At least I can see. Okay, nice easy turn. We went wide. Going a little too fast. We went wide. We're not in the lane anymore. You can't color within the lines. You failed kindergarten. Come on now.
And then you will brake along the tire.
And we have another turn coming up ahead. We're going pretty fast. Oh, if you couldn't make that line over there, we just got pixelated too. We just left the matrix. If you couldn't make that easier turn at that speed, do you think you could have made this turn at that speed? Probably not. Probably not. So psycho punked.
Tire.
Time to rescue. Time to rescue this rider. That's what we should be doing. Rescuing this rider. Looks like nothing crazy bad happened. He got very lucky. Damn. Oh. Why are we blurring it out? Moto Stars, why are we blur it out? All right, let's go ahead and see. Okay, he's walking. That's good.
Safe?
He's,
Safe? Good to us,
looks like they're on a closed course. They're on a closed road. Doing it, dude.
Good?
Okay, he might have a concussion. Whoa, doggy.
Hey!
Gun it. Go. Go. There it is. You kind of have to juke them. You have to juke the dogs.
I'm staying right in the white line between the left and the middle.
Okay. Why? So I'd be yelling at my, if I had the GoPro, or not GoPro, a Cardo, I'd be yelling at my buddies, hey, there's an idiot in the left lane, switch over. Just let him pass. now you're just kind of blocking things. They got off, not a big deal, moving on. Now they're done. We're out of it. We're just kind of hanging out side by side.
Just right
Vroom, vroom.
with the gravel on the corner. As
He's
he
wearing a
stated,
Cardo.
could have been riding a little further away from the truck, then it would have been easier to spot the danger in time.
Oh!
Lethal drizzle.
Yeah, just lost traction. I wonder if there was a road surface hazard, because he wasn't doing anything nutty. So he's talking to each other on the Cardos, but there wasn't anything nutty, so it might have been a road surface hazard. What is it? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I'm sure that keeps going back to where he actually fell. But right in the middle, that will get you. So if you're able to see that, try your best to avoid it. Right in the area that doesn't have that. That is a weird spot to have a ton of gravel. It's usually on the sides. Now look at these road surface hazards. What the heck kind of road is this? What did my taxes pay for? Oh, squirrel.
It's time to turn around.
Uh-oh.
He might have hit that little gravel. You never know.
Yeah, talking to each other in Cardos, paying attention.
Uh-oh.
Yep, he hit the gravel. He's walking. He's walking. That's good. No limp. That's good. Bike is in pain. Bike's not having a good time.
Yep. Whew.
Okay. It is, yeah. Just dirty. It's got a different looking color.
That's good.
It's fine. A little broken
There we go.
broken light right there. Not a big deal. All right, so we're having some fun, getting knee down in probably at the Dragon.
Of accident-free riding for this biker ended on this very day. He acknowledged
20 years.
the consequences of
Maybe a little complacent. I don't know.
his truck had to be
He's doing pretty good. He's got a lot of skill. A lot of skill. What would cause somebody with a massive amount of skill to crash the bike? What would cause somebody with a lot of skill to finally crash the bike? He has no gloves on, by the way, too. It's typically, I pushed it past my skill level for this day. So when we talk about state of mind, fitness for the ride, so if we're tired, maybe our skill level is always at this level, but we're tired, so we can't utilize all of that skill because we're tired. Somebody with a high skill level and they crashed and did something like that, it could be something out of their control. So gravel could have been some type of road surface hazard. So usually, like, it makes it easier sometimes when somebody with a lot of skill crashes, and it's much easier to point out why. And because it can't be the skill if they have a lot of skill, right? The skill should have prevented it. It's usually something internal in the mindset or something external when it comes to like a road surface hazard or a car or whatever it is. It's not the skill. So with a new rider, it's typically, hey, it could be anything. It could be anything. You tend to see certain things, like somebody does a low speed drop, and it's like, oh, this, because your fine motor skill of like actually doing body change, like a counterweighting wasn't there, or maybe your handlebar turn wasn't good, but your throttle was good, your friction zone was good, your head and eye movement was good. It's just that your handlebar turning, you kept it straight when you're supposed to be turning. So it's like you start to point out those things it's hard to point out something on something like this. It's usually something like cognitive decline because of tiredness, age, complacency, whatever it is, or whatever it is internal, or it's an external thing like a road surface hazard or something simple like that. Thankfully, he didn't go all the way off. That would have been bad.
All right.
Oh, you got a little bit of blood on the finger. Where would we have protection on our hands if, hopefully mitigate that bleedy finger?
Oh man.
Have some gloves, maybe?
I got hit one of those. Oh yeah. I hit one of those stupid reflectors.
So if that's what he says it was, so then maybe our skill is great, and we hit a reflector. What can we do differently? Is avoid reflectors. And that's a simple like diagnosis, right? A little prescription right there. It's like, okay, yeah, don't hit the reflector. Oh, good one, Dan. No, serious though. If you have that much skill, can't you avoid a reflector? And if not, why not? It's just a simple question. If you have that much skill, how come you still hit the reflector? If you have 20 years of riding, how come you hit a reflector? I'm just asking a question. The reflector didn't jump out at you.
Straight back this way. We gotta try to pull it this way.
It's not a shaming thing either. I'm just asking you.
We're gonna try to.
And that's the thing is some people get pissed off when you ask that kind of a question because then they're like, "Oh, you're attacking me." It's like, "No, I'm asking you to like if skill is not a factor, then how come your skill doesn't involve not hitting reflectors or dumping the bike like that?" Your skill, you control the bike. How come you crashed the bike if you have full control of the bike? Zoom, zoom.
It was at this moment that he knew.
What do we got here? Oh, did somebody dump the bike? Oh, the bicycle over there? It's hard to see. You got your... There we go. The person on the bicycle dropped the bike. Or something. I couldn't tell because of the shield. And I don't feel like rewinding it.
Ja, aber viel roter als so wird nicht, ich meine. Ich glaube, ich hab's auf.
Alright, here we go. Nice lane position. We can see ahead of the vehicles. We're not right behind the vehicles. That's very good for the position. I like it. I like it. Okay. Oh, brake, 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 brake. They're braking. They're braking. Perfect example of why I want you guys to be in that lane position. Perfect example. Perfect example. So what was I saying here this whole time? If we are right behind the vehicle, right? So they slam the brakes, boom, we hit. We can't see past the vehicle. The camera's on top of his head. It's kind of a weird angle. I don't think he's really that tall. But if we were right here behind the vehicle, we wouldn't be able to see. I was like, hey, this is a great position because we're off to the left and we can see all the way. And we can see what the other car is doing, the other car is doing. We can see all these other cars and what they're doing. But this line that we have is also our escape path just in case. Just in case. It's our line of sight and our escape path if this car slams the brakes and we can't stop in time. So another thing to do is increase your space cushion so you could stop in time. But for some reason, if you can't, you're at least in a position where if you can't, you just kind of move forward in a lane split position. So watch. So he's like, I can't stop in time. I try, but I ended up side by side versus into the back. And that's because of lane positioning. Nice little swerve too. But it's an easier swerve at that point. But that's what I'm talking about. That right there. So right here, same thing, lane positioning. We can see ahead of everything. I love it. Good job. Scooter Chronic Howls. Oh, open lane pattern, switched over. Shouldn't have done that. Impatient, buses have to stop at road crossings. Stupid driver cuts into my lane. Once again, let's go ahead and change it to where driver switches lanes in front of me. Let's make it a little bit more objective. This is very subjective. Stupid driver. I guess this is fine. You can call him stupid if you want. We don't have to get mad. I say this, it's not like I don't cuss at other drivers and call them names. I do, but I don't. Best way I can put it, I don't like getting philosophical and lecturing, but the best way I can put it is that you have the feeling of it, you have the thought of it, and then you have your behavior of it. And then I like to do the debrief. Okay, so listen, right? Listen to your feelings, listen to everything there. Okay, anyways, so you have your feelings, thoughts, and behavior. So right here, I can feel pissed off at the other driver. I can think that they're an idiot, stupid driver. And then my behavior is only acted out with just me voicing my thoughts and just like cussing at them. But I don't turn that into physical behavior. I don't swerve at them. I don't speed up. I might yell at them in the enclosed Chrysler Pacifica or in my helmet. That's it. That's it. So when people get angry physically, is that they're letting it all leak out. They're gonna turn left. Nice. right. Angry. Same person, I guess? Is the same rider? Yeah, same rider. Let's take a look. Oh, good job avoiding the road debris. Handled it. Slow it down for the turn. Okay, same person. Open lane pattern. There it is. Switched over. You guys saw that. You guys saw that. He's got an air horn, though. That's not an electric horn. That's an air horn. That nice little upgrade. All right, roundabout intersection. Okay, so we have issues. Pot side of the vehicle. We don't know why they did what they did. We went wide on that turn. He did that to get around. I get why he did that. He did that. Okay, moving on. Here we go. We have a turn coming up. It's a nice, easy turn. Oh. Did we lose our license plate? Oh, we're gonna. Yeah. He could probably feel and hear the clicking, click, 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 click. Ooh, ensure your own safety. See what I mean? If somebody crashes. That thing is messed up. That thing is messed up.
Thanks for
What the
watching
heck?
to the end. I hope
Oh,
enjoyed
thank
it.
you,
See you
MotoStars.
soon in the next
I will see you soon. With that said, though, ride safe, be safe, grab a slice of pizza, hit that like button, subscribe, all the things that are popping up probably right now. I'll see you guys later. All right, everybody, this is a MotoStars video. We're going over crashes and close calls. Brand new rider, right? So we're trying to figure out what happened, and so you don't make these same mistakes. There's gonna be a link in the description for 5 free U-turn drills, so check it out. So what happened here? I'm gonna try not to pause, but I think that's something that you're gonna need to pause because I don't want you guys to have to scroll back, okay? So unless you want to. What's all that stuff in the road? What's all that? You know, it's kind of weird. It's weird, huh? So part of what I teach in riding smart when it comes to riding around the neighborhood the first time we're looking for hazards using the plan method for the first time. So this takes you from not knowing how to ride a motorcycle to actually getting to a parking lot and practicing your motorcycle operator skills test so you can go to the DMV or something and get your endorsement. So we're going to practice. You only need 10 cones. I sell 10 cones, but you need 5 tennis balls cut in half. You get a bunch of other stuff too. Check it out, link in the description. But we focus on watching out for this because we're trying to locate hazardous situations. So that is a relevant threat if it's in the middle of my turn. If I was going straight, not a big deal, right? 'Cause it's not there anymore. But if I'm turning left, it's in my path, so it's an active threat to me because it's weird. I don't like it. I'm going to stereotype the weird color in the ground. I don't even know if that's a real thing, but I'm going to do it. Because I don't know what it is. I don't care. I'm going to be on the ground that looks a little bit like the ground that I like, which is going to be normal looking asphalt. I'm going to stay away from the weird stuff. So if I stay away from the weird stuff, I stay away from the weird stuff. I'm going to just move over. I'm not going to follow the weird stuff and put my tires on it because it could be oil. It could be water. Water's not a big deal, but it could be oil. Oil's slippery. So that's what happened here. So that's a nice little tip and lesson. We're going to try to power through all the other ones. Not going to spend so much time on it, but if you want to watch in-depth type of stuff, just watch my longer videos because I definitely talk a lot.
Thanks to the right gear.
And then once again, part of being a smart rider is doing all of these. So acquiring and using personal protective equipment is very important. All right, so we're just chilling, 64. Oh dear, we have a sharp turn coming up ahead, 25 miles an hour, but we handled the deer. Very good. We have the next thing, which is a corner. That's a hazardous area. Here we go. We're on nice little mini bikes, you know, from Tractor Supply Store. And Buddy just dumped it, slammed his shoulder. So part of the system is rescue. So we're going to go ahead and rescue our buddy. This comes with the book system, digital or otherwise. And you get, where did I put my card? There we go. You get the rescue card with it. So corners, once again, hazardous area. Typically low side. Oh, that's a high side. Ooh, that's a high side. Very high mechanism of injury. So we need to remain calm, ensure our own safety, and check on our buddy for any major bleeds. Because that's pretty high impact. Easily a broken bone, easily a concussion. And ensure your own safety is watching out for traffic. Okay, so there we go. We're talking. You can talk to each other in your cardos. Link in the description for discount there. Link in discount, whatever. For rock form, you get 20% off for a phone mount. But yeah, that's really dangerous. But corners and intersections are hazardous for motorcycle riders. So that's why we always look out. This is considered an intersection roundabout because this is where people merge and change direction. That can mess you up. Open lane pattern. Anybody want to sneak out into our lane? There it is. So he did it in front of the Range Rover. Good job with the progressive braking to not hit that car. So good job there. But that was an open lane pattern. We talk about that in the first book, Riding Smart. Here we go. Going around a corner, can't see much. We talked a little bit about, oh, there's a road surface hazard probably. We have leaves or dirt, pocket of sand, pocket sand. Yeah, that's what happens. It's hard to see. I want to get back. I just want to get you. Oh, yeah, that's why we wear gear. That's where we would have armor and abrasion resistant material in that area, so we wouldn't have any of that. But this is what I want to point out. How hard is it to see any sand or gravel? How hard? Pretty hard. Because you had the canopies obscuring vision. We talked about this a little bit when it comes to going through tunnels. You can't see what's in the tunnel before you go into the tunnel. You can't see what's out of the tunnel when you're in the tunnel because it's just the way the light works, right? So that's going to make it hard to see road surface hazards. I love that he has his phone right there with GPS to show him where the next turn is. That's why I use my rock form mount, and that's what I use it for, so I can see where the turn is. It's a mini map. It's just like a little mini map in Grand Theft Auto. You know where you need to go to do the next assassination mission. But we're doing this, and we're going through it. So if we can't see well, we know a turn's coming up. Turns are naturally hazardous. Seeing well is naturally going to put me in a state of, I'm going to be cautious. So I'm not going to speed as much. And it's like, you know what? Gravel typically is on the sides of the road, so I'm going to stay away from the side of the road. It kind of puts me in a position for safety to where I'm going to be in the middle like this, and I'm not going to cut to the inside on the turn. I'm going to stay in the middle, or stay in the middle of my lane at least, right? That's what that tells me. It's like a logical based regression to where it's like, what should we just be doing in this situation? That's hard to see last second. All that gravel. It sucks. And this is why, just in case, we acquire and use personal protective equipment. That's why. At least he's got some boots on. Get some pants. It's got it doesn't have a jacket. All right, here we go. Oh no, it's never good when we get the view from a truck. Okay. So dude crashed it going around the corner. Why did he crash before the corner? Probably panicked, going too fast. Construction areas, open lane pattern right there. Yep. Good job with the brakes. Rev bombing didn't help. Good slow speed maneuvers, that helped. That's kind of like an open lane pattern, or maybe he was getting ready to take that parking spot. Either way, it's an open lane pattern.
His decision too abruptly. He made
not a good idea, or not a good thing when you're getting the view from the vehicle. Oh, it came out of nowhere. He tried. He tried as a left turner. Oh, don't focus on it. Don't focus on it. Very good. So this was a target fixation thing. We're coming around a corner right here, right? If we just maintained the corner line, stayed next to this center line, we would have been fine. We were already going to do that. But then all of a sudden, we started going out. We started to not do the corner. That's because we target fixated on the wrong thing. If we target fixated on, I just need to make this corner at this line, I notice there's something there, but if I just do this line and I focus on this, I'm going to go ahead and make it. That's where you target fixate on the solution. If you target fixate, oh, there's that thing. Oh, the car's making it. The other car, that black car is making it around that vehicle. You can make it around that vehicle with your motorcycle. You need less room. So the reason why we're going wide is because we're looking at the car and not the solution. We're looking at the problem, not the solution. And that's not just motorcycle riding, everybody. Oh, geez. Lots of traffic. Hey, you have a right turn signal, but you're going left. We also could have, that was an open lane pattern. We also could have just slowed down a little bit. We're just going way faster than flow traffic. We just did an open lane pattern. Look at this. Look at the start of this next video that's just about to pop up. We were stuck behind a long line of vehicles. We found an open lane. We moved to the open lane. We are doing it too. It's a natural driver behavior. Watch.
Whoa, dude, are you serious?
Good job with the braking, though. Good job with the braking. Oh, and he did a nice little turn. All right, what are we doing here? All right, side of the vehicle popped out, not a big deal. Oh, hey, good job with the brakes. Let's slow it down. There's no rush to get anywhere. Unless you have to get home to take a dump. I mean, just kind of, just chill. A lot of these problems are people doing this and speeding. Okay, time to rescue. Damn it. We got another group ride, another you know what? I say I don't like group rides like this, so therefore I will not ride in them. I think I should start riding in them and just being in the back so I can practice my rescue skills. I think I should start joining more group rides just because I know someone's gonna crash. And now I get to practice. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. So how are we gonna help this lovely couple with the furry helmet?
Anything hurt?
Yeah.
How's your ankle feel?
My ankles are fine.
Do you mind if I grab you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Consent.
You okay?
Very nice.
Nothing there?
Good job.
Nothing there?
Hey, Taylor, go check out the bike. You all right? You get me to the bike. You can get out.
What are we doing? Like what? This is a Halloween ride? Did she escape prison?
Let me get on the other guy real quick.
Is that a ballerina? We got another one. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, don't get distracted only by that one. You might have another patient. Hey, good job. He's got a trauma kit. He immediately went straight to that.
Which leg? Left or right? Left. All right, hop on your right. Ready?
This guy is a guy that rescues.
You guys are out of the road if you can't.
Blandis.
Move it. Don't move it. Do not move him. Time up. Time.
He just cut his...
Don't move it.
He's got trauma shears. He just cut... Dude!
Do not move him. Time up.
Tie his leg up.
Hey, you're bleeding really bad, so I'm gonna put a tourniquet on you. I got it. You got it?
Is that... I was like, hey, there's a guy that flew a jet. Just showed up. No, it's just a costume. That guy did a good job. Blandis, you did a good job. You get a slice of pizza. You just come in here and you get a slice of pizza anytime. You're here to help protect the motorcycle community. You're doing what I just said I should probably be doing, is riding these rides just because somebody's going to crash. I get to use my stuff. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Handled it real well. I have nothing to say about that. You did exactly what I would have done. Love it. Here we go. Take a look. We need more Blandises. Oh, okay, somebody's coming out. Let him in. You see how, like, you see one of those bad crashes, Blandis is handling everything, and it's like chaos everywhere. He's over here, has solutions, solving problems, boom, 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 done, done. And then you see something like this, and you're like, this kind of stuff just does not matter. It doesn't. It's just, it's so dumb.
Hvad laver du? Hvad fuck laver du?
He's in a good position right now. Now we're gonna do this. Punch him here, I bet. It's just...
Rul vinduet ned. Du kører bare direkte ud foran mig, mand. For pulet så, mand.
All right.
In this situation, all it took was
Alright, here we
a
go.
lot of inattention to the end.
A little too close. A little too close, especially with something hanging off like that. Oh, if you're that close, you have to be looking forward. At least give yourself a space cushion so you can look around.
What? Okay.
And he just gets up and goes. Alright, there we go. We're passing. Okay, fine. But we have a turn coming up ahead. Lots of space, perfect. Okay, if we have a turn coming up ahead, we need to slow down and get ready for it.
Me? Yeah.
almost hit my bumper. I can see how it feels like you get cut off. But if I was the truck driver, it wouldn't bother me that bad. My first instinct, if that dude cut me off in my sweet Chrysler Pacifica van, and I'm like in the mountains and whatnot, my first instinct would be like, I hope he doesn't crash. I hope he makes it home. Because that was reckless, a little tight, a little close. I hope I don't see him. Because as soon as he passes me, I'm thinking, great, now he's in front of me. That's fine. I love that he's in front of me. But that means if he crashes, I will be the one coming up to him on the crash. So I have my trauma kit in my van, and it's like, all right, now I'm on alert. Now it's like I'm assessing a relevant thing, right? Or I'm locating a hazardous thing. It's like it might be time for me to navigate the rescue thing. You know what I mean?
Me? Yeah.
I wouldn't be like this. I would have been like, that guy's, those riders are idiots. That's a sweet Bell Custom 500. I used to have a Bell Custom 500. I love those. They're a little tight on my head. The original ones didn't fit my head well. The new ones are regular sized helmets. Okay, somebody pulls out. Good job with the brakes. All right, here we go. Anybody want to? Okay, we're gonna switch lanes because we don't want to. We did the same thing. No. We did the same thing. We switched lanes because we didn't want to be stuck behind the vehicles in front of us. We went to the open lane. They did the same thing. They used a blinker. You didn't. You see how an open lane pattern, exactly. I love that you guys are writing in the chat. Open lane pattern, it's the same thing. We didn't use a blinker, they did. They didn't want to be stuck behind that car. They see the other lane moving quicker. We don't want to be stuck behind these cars. The other lane's moving quicker. We both switch at the same time. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Hey, you had the same idea as me. Awesome. It is what it is. It is what it is. On to the next one. Hey, another open lane pattern. They might want to switch to the left. Hey, you did. You did. You switched to the left. What do you listen to? What are you listening to? You got a lot of notifications there. You should probably check them. Intersection, hazardous area. What are we going to be doing? Oh, we have a weirdo. Okay, we're just never going to apply any brakes or nothing. Okay. Same person. Accelerate. Oh, that's why he doesn't apply the brakes, because he doesn't know how to do it well. See how it's all jumpy? Slammed him. Oh, what are we doing? Okay, mobility scooter. That is so dangerous. All right. That was an open lane pattern right there. Okay, we should slow it down. We're going 25 in between traffic that has stopped. 10, you're still moving faster than everybody. You just do 10, and it's a lot safer for you to do it. All right, here we go. Open lane pattern. Anybody want to switch out to the left? What do we have in? Who? What the? Are these the TikTokers? I want to point something out. You guys saw that, right?
Your petrol cap is open.
Okay, yeah, I get the petrol cap, but did you guys see what I saw? Did you guys see what I saw? Right, free ride? You guys saw that. I'm not stupid. Ignore everything else. Look at these two weirdos in the crosswalk. Don't look at anything else. Keep looking at the crosswalk.
Your petrol cap is open. Shut. Shut, brother. Have a good one.
Now give me donations. It's like TikTok before TikTok. We see this now, like the dancing motorcycle TikTokers, and it's like Gen Z is so weird. All right, here we go. Oh, not the first available lane. Oh, he pulled. Okay, so you're getting pulled over. That makes sense. We switched all the way over. You're getting pulled over. All right. I was like, first available lane. We're not doing that for some reason. That's why.
You know my license?
Go ahead and take your helmet off. I want to be able to see who I'm talking to.
Okay.
So I'm stopping because your license plate is tucked up under your fender.
License plate is tucked up under your fender. I wanted to check how warm my tire was. If you know, you know. LOLs.